Dr. Peter and I had quite the conversation after a current event this week, and after the conversation, we decided to be based upon Dr. Martin Luther King's words that we can no longer be silent. So she wrote something, we've posted it, and now Centers for Spiritual Living, this is their official response. So they have taken up Dr. Peter Weldis's response. So I'm sharing this since she's not here. So I invite us to listen with new ears. She says, as a child when I was bullied and called names, my mother tried to give me strength by teaching me the old adage, sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me. It was useful for me to hang on to then and still comes in handy now. The only problem is that it's not true. The words we use have a fundamental impact on us and on others. First, our words demonstrate what we really believe. Second, our words literally shape our experience, as the narrative we tell becomes the filter through which we see the world. And finally, in some fundamental way, our words shape the very fabric of life itself by providing the mental equivalent in consciousness for the universal laws to use to shape reality. In The Science of Mind, our founder, Ernest Holmes, states, Jesus plainly tells us that we are held accountable for the very words which we speak. No man ever lived who placed a greater power in the word. By our words, we are justified or condemned. The word may be considered to be the complete thought, an act of man. There must be a thought, he continues, before there can be an act, and a thinker before there can be any thought. The thinker condemns or justifies himself through his thought. She writes, so now we come to it. The words used by a person in power, vulgar, racist, demeaning, and absolutely demonstrating what is in the mind and heart as well as the world that is trying to be created. This is not the world we as spiritual beings are creating together. This is not the world that we as human beings want for our children. This is not the world that we as people of faith believe is what the love of God is seeking to express through us. This is not the world we as Americans choose to live in. This is not the world that we, virtually all descendants of immigrants, indentured servants or slaves, are dreaming and building together. Let us remember that words do have power. Let us speak the words that model, mold, and demonstrate what we think, and believe, thereby living from this deeper spiritual reality, our connection, oneness, and love for each other, our global family. Let us call into account ourselves, our friends, our colleagues, our communities, and our leaders for the words that are used. In this way, we call to account the beliefs and thinking these words demonstrate and the world they represent. From Centers for Spiritual Living Global Vision, we envision a world in which we live and grow as one global family that respects and honors the interconnectedness of all life, a world where this kinship with all life prospers and connects through the guidance of spiritual wisdom and experience. We envision a world where personal responsibility joins with social conscience in every area of the political, corporate, academic, and social sectors, providing sustainable structures to further the emerging global consciousness. We envision a world where each person has enough food, a home, and a sense of belonging, a world of peace and harmony, enfranchisement and justice. She concludes, we believe in a world that works for everyone. While we may not know what this looks like perfectly, we do know that in striving for it, speaking about it, and claiming it with our words, We are on the way to making it a reality. Words do have power. They have the power of truth in them. And words of truth, aligned with the spiritual teachings of the ages, love thy neighbor as thyself, create the world we all want to live in. Amen, Ashe, and so it is.